Of Public Prosecutions, Noordin Haji now claims that the anti-corruption laws in the country are weak. The DPP wants the National Assembly to review the laws to allow for tougher measures in the fight against corruption. Paul Kirobi reports.
The Director of Public Prosecutors faulted Parliament for failing to help seal loopholes in existing anti-corruption laws to make prosecution of graft cases foolproof. The DPP says a number of legislators prioritize their needs.
The question is, where is the problem? And we all know, and I'm sorry if I'm being rude or being disrespectful to honorable members, and I think it rests on Parliament. If Parliament was able to demand both the Senate and the National Assembly, if it was able to demand that such individuals step aside, then we will not see that problem.
Haji insisting that the anti-corruption laws are weak and how prosecution of graft cases are handled.
For myself, for example, I cannot prosecute anything based on her reports. We still have to take it to an investigating authority, whether it is the ESCC or the National Police Service, for me to be able to prosecute. I wish there was a piece of legislation that would allow her to have a certain cadre of investigators.
Haji poked holes on the parliamentary committees for having integrity issues.
Yeah, you already have questionable integrity within maybe one or two members. In other countries, like the US and the UK, members of committees are thoroughly vetted. Names are presented by the various parliamentary parties, and then they are vetted.
County governments were also put on the spot for failing to implement projects by interfering with the supply chain. Millions of shillings going into individuals' pocket.
Interference of evidence. We have several counties where we have experienced very unique fires. The fire catches the supply chain office, it jumps the social service office, but inaenda nashika treasury, mali ya pesa. So you wonder, hii moto mbona iliruka from that side na hapa katikati kuna moshi? You know, it's sabotage.
The National Assembly Public Accounts Committee wants the National Treasury to develop a national asset management policy and automate the process. However, the committee has noted a revenue collection shortfall in the recent years.
In the financial year 2017-2018, the actual recurrent revenue collected during the year had reflected a shortfall of some Kenya shillings 124.5 billion, or 8.3%, while there was a shortfall of development revenue collected of Kenya shillings 1.95 billion shillings, or some 4.2%.
If you take to court certain personalities, you are told you're being misused by the sitting government. Or if you take the other side, people may think that you have changed loyalty to the other side. Now it becomes a little bit very difficult to navigate.
Paul Kirobi, TV 47, Nairobi.